Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is Mike here, the FPV Evil Monkey guys, and today we're checking out the brand new charger from HobbyMate. This is the HobbyMate D6 Dual Pro charger. So this thing is absolutely awesome. I got it on Sunday of this last week here, and I've been testing it out and looking at it and charging batteries with it, and I gotta say I am really super impressed with this charger. This is going to be my new go-to field charger when I'm out and about at races that I'm going to be bringing with me. So let's take a look at it and we'll see what this charger is all about. Alright guys, so here it is. This is the new HobbyMate. Again, this is the D6 Dual Pro charger. This thing can charge up to 15 amps, so you can do multiple batteries if you get a parallel board that is compatible with XT60. It's got a really nice display screen on here. You can also wirelessly charge, so which is nice because I have a Samsung S9 Plus, so I can just put it right up on top here and I can wirelessly charge my phone. It is a 2-port, so that means that you can charge 2 batteries simultaneously, or if you again have a charging board or a parallel board that's compatible with XT60, you can charge multiple batteries. You have your channel 1 over here and channel 2 over here, and then you have your channel button, and I'll show you guys that in a second. And then here's where you go through your menus and everything like that. On the back side here, you'll notice there's the fan. The fan always stays on when it's on. I haven't had it shut off yet, which is okay. And it is it's AC in, and also you can do DC in as well. So if you have a extra XT60 connector and you wanted to hook up, like say some plugs or something like that to charge it off like a car battery, you could definitely do that. Or you can just use the included AC cable, and it is a US plug that comes with it, so it looks like that. So if you're in Europe or somewhere else, you may need an adapter, but I'm in the US, and so I don't need one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and power it on with my 6S battery here, just so we can kind of go through the menus and see what this little guy is all about. So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my camera in. Okay, so here we go. So here's what it looks like when it first boots up. It'll say standby, and it'll say that it's 0 and 0 because there's no batteries hooked up, obviously. So this channel button here, this is how you switch through the different screens. So you hit it once and you'll be on channel 1, and then hit twice, you'll be on channel 2, and then you can hit it again and then you'll be on that split screen. That's especially nice if you're doing 2 batteries at the same time, which is nice. So what we're going to do is kind of go through some of the menus here. So the way to get to the main menu is you hold down this button here. This is that little button that goes left and right. So you hold that down for about 3 seconds or so until here. And this is your main, basically your main settings for the whole charger. Let me try and get this in frame for you. Okay, so this is the main settings for the charger. So you got your task parameters, you got system parameters, you can do a channel 1 and channel 2 calibration, you can do system self-check. It actually does a system self-check every time that it turns on, and then you can restore the factory settings. So we'll go through some of the task parameters. So to enter in there, you just do enter, and then you can do channel, and that goes back a previous menu. So we'll go in there. So in here for the safety timer, it's set to 2400 minutes if you've stopped charging and there's no activity. So I'm going to go in and change that. That's the highest level. So I'm going to change it to probably like, I don't know, 10 minutes to be on the safe side. So let me just scroll through quite a bit here. It's a lot of numbers to go through. 2400 minutes, I don't even know how much time that is. That's probably like a couple days, something like that. As you can see, it kind of makes the noise as you're turning that knob. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Let's go down to, I'm going to set mine to 10 minutes. There we go. Max capacity, so it's set to 999,000 milliamps. I don't even know if they make a battery that big. I'm sure somebody could probably like make a battery that big, but I won't ever need anything like that size ever. So the biggest size battery I have, I'll just set it to like 3000. I don't even have a battery that big, but you can always go in here and you can reset it to whatever you want. So in current, so it'll basically sit at 10%. Trickle charger, I have that off because you're not going to use that particular function with LiPo batteries. I think you use that with like nickel cadmium, the old style batteries. So we'll go back, and then we can go into your system parameters. So in here, you can set your language. You can set your max input at 700 watts. The minimum we can set it to is 6.5. The backlight, I have it set at high. If you set it to low, it's really hard to see the screen. It's really dark. And you can turn off the wireless charging and turn the wireless charging back on. You can set the volume of the beeps. So I have mine set to like medium. And then you can also set your complete. So what that means is when the battery is done charging, if you set it to just one beep, it'll just beep once and then it'll be done. I set it to repeat, so that way if my battery's done, if I don't hear it, it'll keep going beep 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 beep, and it'll keep letting me know that it needs to be taken off the charger basically. And then you can change the device's name. I'm not going to change it because I don't want to. So we'll go back. There we go. And then again, you can do channel 1 calibration and channel 2. I think that takes a really long time, and I don't know what purpose it really serves, so I'm not going to even mess with that. And then your system self-check, again, it automatically checks itself when it turns on. And then you got your factory settings and everything like that. So we'll go back. So it's a real basic charger, which is nice when you're out in the field. So let's go ahead real quick here. I'm going to pan the camera out. There we go. And I've got a couple of 4S 1300 milliamp batteries. So we'll plug the first one in here. Now obviously I'm not going to charge this through my my actual 6S battery, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it does. So there we go. Now, nice thing about this is you don't have to have a balance lead. So that's the really nice thing, is you don't have to have balance leads, but you can put them on there if you want. So we'll go ahead and put this other one on here. There we go. And then we'll make sure, and it is marked clearly on here which one is negative and which one is positive. So it's pretty easy. And then as soon as you plug in that balance, it tells you how many volts you have and everything like that, which is pretty cool. So both of these right now, these are actually brand new batteries. They haven't even been charged a single time. So let's go through some of the menus of charging, and that way you guys can really see what it does. So we'll start off with channel number 1. So you can see currently there's no amperage going through, no milliamps being fed through. So if you want, you can see the individual cells too. So it goes from 1 cell all the way up to 6 cells, which is pretty cool. Tells you the individual voltage on each one. And then so if you scroll, you can also see the voltage, you can see the temperature, all the different things. So if you hit the select button once, it'll take you to your tasks. So for selecting a task, you can do that, and currently it's at charge. That's I think that's the default. So I always set mine to balance, but you can also do discharge. You can do discharge exterior, so that would be if you wanted to discharge that battery that I have it plugged in on the back, and then you can set it for storage, and then you can do balance. I always balance charge my batteries every single time. That's just the way I do it. And then obviously these are LiPos, cell voltage, so currently it's set at 3.88. So I always set my batteries to charge to 4.2. That's a pretty standard rate. You can put it all the way up to 4.25, and you can undercharge your battery too if you want. I don't know why you would want to do that, but if you want to undercharge your battery, you can do that. And you can see I didn't have to do anything with the cell count, but if you wanted to, you could change the cell count, but it'll automatically look at the battery and it'll know what size it is. And then the last thing you can do is you can change your current setting, how many amps it's going to pull and put into the battery. So I like to charge my batteries at 2 amps. That's just what I do. You can change it to whatever you want. And then if you want to start, you just hit start, like so. And then you can see right here, so it'll start counting up. And obviously I've got the 6S battery in the back here, so I'm not going to charge it too much. But you can see it's already put in 5 milliamps of battery power, which is cool. And then it shows you the voltage and how many minutes or how much time it's been actually charging, which is cool. And then if you hit this again, you can do current adjustment, so you can change. If you don't want it to charge at 2 amps, you can change it to less, or you can hit stop. So I'm going to hit stop because I don't want to wear out my 6S battery. And then so we can go over to channel number 2, and then you can hit the button over here and you can go through and do the same exact thing that we just did. So battery, I put it down to 4.2. There we go. 4S, 2 amps. So, yep, and we'll hit start task. And then what we'll do is we'll go to channel number 1, and then we'll start on that one too. And then if you hit it again, and then see, there you go. And there you go. So that's what it shows. So, and when it is done, it'll go beep, 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 like that, and it'll keep beeping until it's done charging. So I'm going to go ahead and go to channel number 1. Oh, I had it set to charge only to 3.8 or 3.9. So we'll yeah, it didn't take my, there we go. I hit the button too soon and I didn't save the setting. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go back now. So when it is done, it'll kind of turn to like a light green color, and that's the side that's done. If both, then they're done. Alright, so let's go to channel number 2 now, and we're going to go ahead and stop the charging process. There we go. Okay. Alright, so that's what it basically looks like, and it's going to tell you again how much voltage is in your batteries currently, which is really, really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug these batteries, and you'll see as soon as you unplug the battery on the screen there, it'll start going back down again. There it goes, 2.4, and it'll actually go into standby mode. You can see that right there on the screen. So it'll eventually go down to 0 on each side. So there it goes. Okay, so that one's at 0 and this one's at 0, and it'll just sit at standby until you plug your battery in. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the wireless charging capabilities of this particular charger, which is a nice little feature and a nice little function, especially at the track. I mean, I do have other battery banks that I usually use for my phones, but it is something that's going to be nice, especially I have a long extension cord, so if I have access to a generator and I'm using electricity, I can just use this to charge instead. So we'll go ahead and open it up here just so you guys can see. Let me turn the volume up so you can hear it. There we go. Alright, and all I have to do basically is this. Set it right up on top. And you can see it goes right into charging. So it says charging wirelessly 67%, and it says about, what does it say? It says about an hour worth of charging time. So, which is pretty cool. So, and then you take it off, and it'll say wireless charging paused, set it down, and it'll go right back into the charging status, which is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and set this over to the side. So yeah, so this is, again, this is the HobbyMate, this is the D6 Dual Pro charger. I'm really digging this charger a lot, guys. So just to kind of give you a size comparison, me zoom out here a little bit. So this is what my other HobbyMate charger looks like in size. And I love this charger, so this will be my main home charger. That way I can just keep this at home. It's nice to have this out in the field, but it is a little bit bulky. So this is really nice. So let's go ahead and just put it in here so you can see, look at that, how much teeny tiny smaller this is. This is probably maybe like 2 hockey pucks put together, something like that. For I don't have anything else. This is very close to the, I think it's called the ISD D2 charger. It's not the same exact thing, and the nice thing about this is, unlike the D2 you can only charge it through AC. You can't do DC in. So that's what's nice about the HobbyMates. They've made sure that you can do DC in on both of them. So like I said, when I'm out in the field and I don't have access to electricity, I can make my own adapter, and I can basically just plug it in to my car, and then I can go ahead and just charge it right off my battery on my car or on my truck. So, which is really, really nice. So this is an absolutely great little charger. You know, the wireless is not too much of a big deal for me, but it's nice to know that it's there if I want to use it. Usually I charge my phone through just my regular like cable, through my plug-in, you know, through the outlet. But this is a really great charger, guys. I highly recommend it. I think it's about 150 bucks right now. You can get it on Amazon, and if you have a Prime membership, they get it to you super quick. So for 150 bucks, I mean, this thing is totally worth it. I just can't say enough about this. Like I said, I've been testing it all week long, charging batteries, just charging batteries, and it just works flawlessly. I haven't found anything about this charger that I don't like. So guys, if you liked this particular video, please hit the thumbs up button for me, guys. And if you like my channel, if you like my reviews, if you like my FPV content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below there. And next to it there's a bell. The little bell just lets you know, guys, when I have new videos. I typically have one for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I try and also throw in some extra stuff in there. So thank you guys so much, as always, for watching the channel, or watching this video, and thank you for all the support and comments, guys. Keep it up. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And so in the meantime, while you're waiting for my next video, let's keep our drones up in the air, flying high. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for hanging out. Have an awesome day.